channel, this is going to be our final Amsterdam vlog video of our time spent in Amsterdam before we boarded Uniworld's SS Elizabeth for a lovely week-long trip down the Rhine River all the way to Switzerland. In this video, we took a day trip out to the Dutch countryside. We saw all the typical sights you'd want to see. Windmills, cute little villages, including one on the seaside. We got to see them make Dutch shoes, we tried some Dutch cheese, and then we rounded out the day, as you can see here, taking a nice hour-long trip through the Amsterdam canals on a riverboat. It was absolutely fantastic. If you're new to the channel and you want to see more about our adventures in Europe, including the upcoming videos for the Uniworld cruise, definitely go ahead and subscribe. We'd love to have you along on that adventure. Until then, I'm going to shut up, let you watch some more highlights, and then I'll see you back as we start the bus trip and go through all the sights and sounds. I'll walk you through it. All right, so here we go. I took some footage out the outside of the bus window here on our way to our first stop of the day on this about an hour trip out to the countryside to a place called Zaanse Schanse. I think I'm saying that accurately or close to accurately. Zaanse Schanse is a neighborhood in Greater Amsterdam, like I said, about an hour outside of the city, where they have working windmills. And a cute little village there. Admission is completely free, but if you want to go and see some of the windmills and walk around them, one has like a nice observation deck. That is a slight upcharge. It was a few euros here and there. We didn't elect to do that. We were kind of limited on time, but it was super cute. You can see some of the homes here in the neighborhood. The whole experience, you don't need to go on a bus tour to it. You can drive out to this. It's open from 9 to 5, and it's completely free, like I said, except with the exception of the upgrades. But these are working windmills. One did provided power. One was like for wood carving. I think one made beer. So they all have different functions, and you get to learn all about them. Honestly, we were there just kind of for the sights and overall vibe. It was nice to get outside of the hustle and bustle of Amsterdam and just to this tranquil countryside. I'm not sure if I got any footage of it, but like there was a farm nearby, there were cows and other barnyard animals. It was really a nice juxtaposition to go from the hustle and bustle of Amsterdam to what you're seeing here. It was absolutely relaxing, and I know beautiful wife thought it was pretty spectacular too. Let's see what she has to say. There she is.
Hi.
What do we think of the windmills?
They're really cool.
They're beautiful.
Yeah. We really only saw one of them turning, right? So,
yeah, I guess so. But it's cool. Like one's for like they cut lumber. The other one was like for crushing seeds to get oil.
Yeah, oil and paint.
That's right. They all have these different functions, and it's a pretty setting.
Oh,
My question is this your typical Dutch town? Or is this like something for us? I mean, it's clearly very old.
So he did mention that this was probably one of the more touristy of the stops.
Okay. Yeah, it's got that vibe. There's like 4 gift shops already.
Yeah.
Which is fine. So
they're
lovely.
We had a short amount of time here. We're about to have to hop back on the bus. We had about 45-ish minutes to explore, so we just walked out to the windmills and walked back. There's a whole bunch of shops through here.
Yeah.
There's places to grab a bite or a drink. There's
I will add,
like museums.
Did you mention the windmills? Some of if you want to go like up on top of the second floor.
Yeah.
They were. Pardon, I'm like listening. I wore a long sleeve black shirt on a hot day in the Netherlands.
It's fine.
The windmills charge if you want to like go in them or on top of them. I think you can do different things in each one.
Yeah.
It was like €7.50 or something like that.
Wasn't bad.
Did they say cents?
I don't know if it's
7.5, whatever. But yeah, it's cool. I like it. I guess we're gonna go check out some cheese now.
I don't know if the cheese is next.
Okay.
I think we're.
And then we're gonna
honestly,
see, like,
I don't
wooden
remember.
Shoes made. It's like we're doing like the most stereotypical Dutch thing.
Well, I mean, and he said that it was just so much fun.
Yeah.
We're experiencing all the Dutch things in one short 6.5 hour tour.
Ooh.
Yay!
I'm here for it. All right, so we're back on the bus here, and I have to say, this is one of the things I really liked about this day was just driving between all these sites and locations and seeing the Dutch countryside. It made for some really interesting viewing, including one of the most bizarrely placed and interestingly designed Burger Kings I've ever seen in my life. I'll shop some footage in right here of it. Um, it was like it had like stainless steel walls, but what was the most bizarre about it was just in the middle of nowhere. It's just in the middle of this countryside. There's literally cow pastures, and then you pass this like weird futuristic, maybe mid-century modern looking. There it is. Um, Burger King just tucked away, and it was the only thing out there in the Dutch countryside. And then some random like corporate office parks, manufacturing centers. It all looked very nice. There's just nothing like taking a road trip and keeping your eyes out the window. I think this is the problem in our modern day and age with smartphones is people just sit there and they stare at their phones and they miss what's going on in the world. Like how often do you take a drive through the Dutch countryside outside of Amsterdam? For me, the answer is never. So I made a point of really enjoying these sites. You can see here some like super cute little houses tucked away on canals and rivers. The Dutch countryside is just really, really gorgeous, and I think it's a location on this planet that Amber and I are gonna get back to one of these days. All right, here we are walking into they call it a city, the city of Edam. It's really a village, Edam. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I apologize if I'm not. This is a community of about 7,400 people. I just wanted to pause for a second here, though. This is one of the early shots we used on the Insta 360 camera. It's a 360-degree camera. It lets us do some neater shots like this. I can get it low to the ground and pan around. I'm very much learning this new camera, so I apologize I'm not doing polished trick shots just yet. But let me know what you guys think of it. You'll start to see more and more of this footage. I got more and more confident throughout as we were on the journey with what I was and wasn't doing with it. There's one shot in a future video where we go to a Riesling winery where I do this cool shot where I run along the bottom of a bowling alley. So that's something you want to see. You should definitely subscribe. Anyways, back to this village. I thought this was super, super charming. When I worked for Netflix, Amber and I, we almost moved to Amsterdam. The person who's in charge of the department I was working in had just taken the job, and he was based in Amsterdam, and I thought it would make sense for me to be there. Ultimately, it fell through. It didn't happen, probably for the best. So we've always had this kind of love affair with the Netherlands and moving over there. And I have to say, if we did, this is the kind of community I'd want to live in. I mean, look at this. Look how cute this is. These charming little shops. I guess that was a nursery. Just very, very pretty. Michelle, who is Amber's father's wife, Amber's father is Jerry. She had a really good point, though. She was like, because I asked her, I said, would you want to live here? And she said, well, I haven't seen any pubs or bars around. And that was probably the right response because, as you know, if you watch the channel, having a nice afternoon cocktail, or morning cocktail for that matter, is something we like to do. Either way, this was super cute. I mean, look at this little cheese shop here on the town. It was just very cute. There was a main square. Footage is coming up of it right away. I have no idea what this pink shop was, by the way. What is this? Looks like, oh, it's a chocolate shop. And here we go. So every town in Europe, or city in Europe, kind of has these main squares. And of course, this being the Netherlands, there's a canal that runs through it. Really, really pretty place. Again, our only complaint with this tour was we just didn't have enough time to do everything, but that's all right because it was still a pretty good trip. All right, welcome to Simonehoeve. I think that's how you say that again. I'm sorry if I'm butchering pronunciation on these places. This is probably the most touristy location we went to, but it was also one of the cooler ones. So this place is basically a cheese farm and clog factory near Volendam. One of the other villages we went to. It was really cool. They brought you in here through this little room. They gave you kind of an overview of the farm, talked about the cheese they made. You got I think they gave us a little drink in here. And then they took us into the room where they make the clogs, and we got a full demonstration on how that is done. It was really cool. I will say you do get some sawdust on you while you're doing this, and it can get very loud. So for a brief demonstration of what that's like, let's go ahead and take a little look here. Again, I apologize if this is too loud for you guys. Okay, so after the shoemaking demonstration, they kind of let you out into like the gift shop where predictably you can buy Dutch shoes. They had some that were leather, as you could see there. And then they had a ton of, as you would guess, wooden shoes. There's some against the wall back there. You know, I forgot to check the prices on these. I don't think they were outrageously priced. And apparently they're very comfortable, but I have a hard time believing that. And of course, everything's made in Holland. There you go. There's some wooden shoes with all sorts of cool designs. They paint them in-house. You can also get them personalized. They'll put your name on them. Anything else you want to do within reason. The other cool thing they had here was the cheese, though. And if you go to this place, don't get caught up in the beginning of it. Make sure you go to the later rooms because the cheese is all the same in all the rooms, and you'll be able to get what you want without the crowds later on. How is it? Is it good?
Freaking delicious.
I'm not really a cheese person, but this is delightful.
It's the Edam cheese.
That's good. Cheese puck required.
I want to try this right now.
What do you think of the pesto, Amber?
I like it.
Pesto's my favorite one so far.
Is it?
Yeah, the pesto.
Pesto.
What about you guys?
I don't know. They're all good.
I know, right? They really are. It's like choosing a favorite child. Okay, well, this is what? You love it? Oh.
Garlic and onion. Adrian will love that. Do you think they fit?
I think they're a little small. What'd you think of that cheese tour?
Delicious.
Yeah, what was your favorite?
I think jalapeno was my favorite. I also like the truffle a lot.
I like the pesto.
I did like the Edam.
Yeah.
I liked. There's a lot of Gouda in there.
Uh-huh.
The pesto was good. There's very few cheeses I've met that I don't like.
I would say if you're coming here, like, stay ahead of your group. Go to the next room because they just repeat the cheeses.
Yeah.
And you can spread out a lot more.
Yeah, because it did get kind of congested there.
Yeah, so I punched out. I think I was the first person through the tour, actually, to go out so I could find a Coke Zero. Because you do get some dry mouth when you're eating all this cheese. But as you can see, like, most people are still in the prior rooms and we're in the final room. Same cheeses, much less of a crowd. Pro tip. Is this our last stop of the day, or do we go somewhere else now?
We go more places.
Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, because this is like till 3:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah,
and it is what time?
Like noon.
Okay.
So yeah, 3.5 hours.
We're like halfway through the day.
Yay!
I found the halves.
Okay, so you have truffle.
Yeah. So
Which truffle was
and I
it?
got Gouda whiskey.
Ooh, Gouda whiskey.
Nice.
How did it taste?
During a little, I got half
And you got jalapeno and what else?
Gouda whiskey. Got a
Indian spice. Let's see. Yeah, that's a good one.
Spice and jalapeno.
Oh, nice.
That's perfect.
That looks good.
That way
I was trying.
All right, so we're out here waiting for the time to get on our bus at the Dutch like cheese and shoe factory experience. But across the way here, I thought we were going here when we drove in. We were on the other side of this. I thought it was some sort of like visitor center and a cheese market, but it turns out it looks like it's some sort of a cool hotel. Like those are definitely hotel rooms with balconies. You can see regular patio furniture. I think it's some sort of lodge. There's some tables out there with some flowers. I bet you it's too cold here for them to have a pool, but like if you're looking for like a Dutch countryside experience, like I think those top units even have like some sort of a loft. And I don't know, I'm sure there's something fun in that main building, a restaurant perhaps. Go out and tour the Windmills, get outside of Amsterdam, not a bad place to be. So there's my my gaggle of ruffians. We have no idea where we're going next. I'm going to do my best to learn the names of all these villages and stops and put them in. Hopefully there's an itinerary, but we're basically riding one of these buses all day. It's a double-decker. And I have to say, we're pretty happy with it. I just love that there's a random playground out here. This country is so cute. You know, I think you've seen people hanging out on benches, playing soccer, walking their dogs. It's just, you can definitely feel the slower pace of life, or the appreciation of life, maybe I'll say, because there's certainly a hustle and bustle when you're in Amsterdam, but out here, much more relaxed. Oh, I love it. Look, yes. Good timing, Jerry. What did you guys think of that?
I thought it was awesome.
Did you have a favorite cheese?
I think it was kind of cheesy.
It was
I thought it was very Gouda.
I should have the camera rolling on you guys all the time, apparently. It's very punny.
What can I say?
All right, I'm not gonna lie, one of the craziest things we've seen today in like the middle of this Dutch beauty is the parallel parking skills of these Dutch bus drivers. I'm assuming they're Dutch, I don't know. They work here. Amber, what do you think?
Yes. It's insane.
I know, my palms are sweaty just sitting on the bus watching them do it.
It's insane. It's so cool.
Anyways, we're at like the fishing area. It's like a fishing village or town. And there's a lot of fish for us to try apparently, so yeah, we're here. Well, that's a little ominous, but I respect the warning. And there we go. I can see why this is a fishing town now.
Oh, Macon Beach.
So here we are in the cute little town of Volendam. Unfortunately, as you can see here, this place is absolutely mobbed with tourists. It had kind of a, albeit authentic, it kind of had like a Pier 39 vibe in terms of the crowds and the tourism feel to the place that Pier 39 in San Francisco does. If you've ever been out there, it's kind of the Dutch equivalent. Super cute town, though, no doubt about it. Looks like there were excursions. You could go out on some cool little vessels, some sort of sailing ships. We were here, tragically, for far too short amount of time. We really didn't have time to browse the shops or go in anywhere because this was lunch. This was kind of the midday marker. We went into this super cute but arguably very kitschy restaurant. Here we go. You can see it here. It's like they're emulating TGIF with all the tchotchkes and pictures on the walls, but it was very cool. We came here for fish and chips, and you're really watching the clock here. In fact, that's why they recommended you get the fish and chips, because they could crank it out quickly, get it to your table, and then you could bounce. This was not part of the bus tour. You did have to pay for this on your own, which was fine. It wasn't a ton of money, although I will say other places around Amsterdam or the greater Amsterdam and in Holland are going to be much cheaper than in this particular town of Volendam, because this is so touristy. Anyways, wrapped up lunch, and then we had to rush back here to take this little gangway back to our bus to continue the very long day trip that we were on. Those kids had trampolines. They had little trampolines in the park.
That's cute.
When we got back in America, it's cheap-ass swings. Trampolines. Okay, and here we go. Marken, our final stop on the bus section of this day trip. Remember, we still have an Amsterdam river cruise coming up, but this is our final stop while we are on the bus. This cute little island fishing village of Marken. I guess the industry here is primarily tourism now, although apparently there is still some cheese making, and they make wooden clogs here. I think that's just a lot of what goes on in the Dutch countryside. The population of this place is super tiny. It's less than 2,000 people. I think it's about 1,700 people or so. My big complaint here, our big complaint as a group, I think, is that while we appreciated going and seeing it, we would have preferred to maybe just axe this portion and spend the more time in Volendam, the previous place where we had lunch. That or vice versa. Maybe cut Volendam and spend more time here. One or the other. Squeezing both of these in, they both kind of got shortchanged. That said, we treated the strip like a buffet. You know, you get to go, you get to sample everything, and then on a return visit, you concentrate on the food you liked, right? So if we went back, we'd probably go back to Marken. I would love to come have lunch on the harbor, but then again, if I did the same thing in Volendam, maybe I wouldn't be so inclined. But either way, super cute village. Had a good time. Let's get back to Amsterdam. All right, here we are back in Amsterdam. This is Holland. I love it. This is actually footage of the end of the canal boat tour. This is where we got off, not where we boarded, but I didn't take any other footage of the exterior of the boat, so I just wanted to show you, what they look like. And here we go, finally on the tour now. I'm going to let this footage speak for itself. This is a tack-on we did to the bus tour. Well worth it in my opinion. There are other river cruises you can do. There's one that are open air where they have music. You can do meals on them. You can have an intimate one with just you and your immediate party. Or smaller groups. I think we were on one of the bigger versions. There was drink service on board. You could buy drinks. They brought beer and wine. Everybody was very nice. You obviously get an annotated tour. I'm not going to subject you to that, but it was happening while we were going through here. There was even, he pointed out one boat, there's even a marijuana boat tour you can go on, operated by one of the coffee shops. You can go out there and go ahead and get inebriated with some recreational marijuana if you so choose. They look like a good time. That's the kind of the point. Everybody was having a good time. It was beautiful. I highly recommend doing this. We saw some footage of people doing a canal boat tour at night in Amsterdam, and Amber and I, literally, we just watched it a few minutes ago before I came up to do this editing, and I think if we went back, we would definitely prioritize that. You can see in some of the footage throughout this video, though, that you're not just in the tight canals all the time. You also kind of go out to like Amsterdam Harbor, and it really opens up, which was kind of a neat perspective. Anyways, I'm going to shut up now. I'm going to let the footage speak for itself. A lot of this was taken with the Insta360. That's why you can see the exterior of the boat. I think this is finally me getting used to handling that camera. Yeah. If you don't want to watch the rest of the tour on the canal cruise, I'm going to put a marker in that'll get us to the end of our day, and you can skip ahead if you so choose. That feeling when you've been in a hotel room for a few days and it's starting to look like it. There's not a lot of space to work with here. That's why, there's the towels hanging up there. The laundry's piled up there. We have one more night here.
Yeah.
By the way, there's a whole separate video that may or may... It's probably definitely on the channel by now. It's probably one of the first ones I post. But if you want to know about this hotel and our thoughts on the stay here and a little tour of it, and even the restaurant we went to, check that out. Okay, enough self-promotion. How was your day? We just got back from the Dutch countryside, and a canal cruise.
It was beautiful. I'm trying to find quickly what the tour consisted of. It went to several places. We went and saw some windmills. Yeah. We went to a cheese and clog factory, basically, right? We went to a
couple fishing villages.
A fishing village where we ate lunch.
Yep.
At a place called The Lunch.
Yep.
And it was delicious. And then we went to some, what was it?
It'll be in the footage.
Okay.
I think at this point, anybody watching will have already seen all these
Yes.
places.
And then after that,
it's
we
a
went
recap. But
on
like, what was your
canal
impressions
cruise.
of it? Like, yeah, I don't like. You
Okay.
yeah. What was your? Give me your review of the day.
I liked it a lot. I had
Yeah.
a great time. I'm really glad that we got to see a lot of things in a short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Our cruise was like 6.5 hours long.
Yeah.
But man, it was quick paced. Like, we would get somewhere and it was like, you got 30 to 45 minutes. Go. Like,
Yeah, the island we
so-
went to, it was literally like got off. They talked about the harbor and then
Yeah. And
get
then
back
we
on the
were-
bus. Go.
Yeah.
Mm.
So what I will say is that I really enjoyed that I got to like see a sample of a lot of things, but I didn't get to actually do a ton in the places that we went. So I either wish that it was like 2 stops instead of 4,
Yeah.
or I don't know. I do wish we would have had
The
more time.
analogy is we had the tour of the Netherlands buffet, and anything that you really liked, you go back up for a second plate and just
Having
focus on
rum
that.
cocktails.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I
Okay.
think that's what it was. You figured out where you wanted to go back to, and then you're on your own to kind of go back and focus on those places.
So would you, like, had you been here for longer, would you have stayed, like, where would you go back?
I would have gone back to the first village we went to, the Sleepy Town, and I might have
The
gone
windmill
back.
one?
Yeah, by the windmill. It was by the windmill, yeah.
Okay.
Where's the one after the windmill? And then
That's
the first fishing village. It was super touristy, but I think if you went there on a weekday and you weren't rushed.
Did you feel like it was touristy? I honestly
Are you kidding me?
No.
It was Pier 39 busy. It was 100% touristy. There were like windmill replicas outside of every other shop. I mean, it was one.
I don't think I was paying attention to the shop.
You're
so
gonna
much.
when you go
I
review the
was
footage. When you see
I think
the,
I was being seduced by the like waterside
Yeah.
bars and restaurants that I was like, oh, I'd really love to sit there and have a drink.
oh,
for
me too.
a
Me
couple
too.
of hours. So I wasn't really focusing on the shops, right?
Yeah,
So,
don't get me wrong. I would like to sit in those bars and restaurants too, but those two were very touristy.
okay.
Yeah. I mean, like it was the restaurant we had lunch. It was so cute, but it was like the TGI Fridays of like Dutch fishing. You know what I mean? Instead of like enjoy your
I get it.
weekend crap, it was like Dutch sailors up on like every single piece of the wall
I
had like
get
a
it.
painting on it.
I get it.
But I loved it. I was there for it. Yeah. So we're resting up now in our room. By the way, what is this?
Equality between the public.
I read this that in this lively space, distinguished stockbrokers and large merchants, but also simple citizens, farmers, and outdoor people were eating quietly. End of sentence. Equality prevailed. Grades and classes fell away here. They did not know how to rush in that time, but every time one of them got up from his chair, it was immediately occupied again. Make of that what you will.
Why is that in our room?
I don't know. I love that. That's the vibe of the hotel.
This hotel
to Port Van Cleve.
is, I think it's this year that it's celebrating 155 years.
Yeah.
So it's an old.
They've got a Lego
awesome-
set, which will be also in the video
I don't think we're
about
going
the
to be
hotel.
purchasing.
No, it's 200 euros. We're not getting it.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're gonna chill. We're gonna finish our little cocktails,
Yep.
and then I think I heard somebody mention Indonesian food tonight.
Yeah.
Lord only knows. We'll see you there. Cheers.
Your cocktail.
Clink.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Here, cheers. Actually, I have a drink.
So from drinking in our bedroom to drinking at this bar. We love this bar, by the way. It's the lobby bar, basically. They have a little dog in there named Mina.
And they have a second one, but we didn't get formally introduced yet.
It's somewhere around here hanging out. I love it because we were here. We killed like 3 old fashions in here the other night, and we came back in today, and the guy's like, "Let me get 2 old fashions." So for it as busy and as hectic as the tourist zone is, and we're straddling just the edge of it. I think it's remarkable that how good the customer service has been. They remember.
It's been wonderful.
By the way, pick this up. Speaking of customer service, we were at a bar last night.
Yeah. So we had this at the Dutch Courage.
And I would have shown footage of that earlier. I'll drop it in here again. Great bar. Talk about great service. It was definitely a cocktail bar. It was the most cocktail bar we've been to in Amsterdam. And I
which
ordered
is
a cocktail with this in
surprising.
it.
Yeah, there's
And
not a whole ton of cocktail bars.
beer drinkers here.
There's a ton of beer drinkers, and unfortunately, that is not my jam.
Right. So she poured us a glass of this, and it was delicious. And then I said, let me take a picture of it.
I think we had a shot of it to try it, and it
we
was
passed it around
in.
the table. And
Yeah.
I got a picture of it at the end of the night when we left. And she said, she showed me the liquor store. She's like, go to this liquor store, Ball and Bale and Bill. It's just down the road here next to the supermarket. Not even down the road. It's literally a half a block away. And it was like 29 euros, I think, 30 euros.
Okay,
Yeah.
not bad.
So we, I don't think we were talking about this. When we go do travel, whether it's even domestic or certainly international, we like to bring back at least one bottle of something we hope is
Some kind of
unique.
alcohol, yeah.
Yeah, and this is...
We're trying to build a unique bar,
Yeah, and this
from our
is it.
travels. So here it is again. It's cool. I mean, I liked the taste of it.
It's tasty. The
It
whole
really
table
did
raved
like
about it.
open you up.
Yeah, but I think this is my favorite thing to do in Amsterdam. Like we got a great spot here in front of our bar, beautiful neighborhood.
In front of our
Across
hotel,
the street
yeah.
from this beautiful church.
Yeah. Look at that. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, the Osmo is not cooperating.
I don't know what's happening
Gotta use the
lately.
joystick.
Oh, wait. Well, wait. Yeah. Something's not working. The gimbal's a little off.
I feel like it's not tracking properly.
Yeah, so we might have to figure that out.
Turn it back on me.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to it. We're having to solve for dinner tonight. We there's an Indonesian restaurant
We're
we
trying,
want to go to.
yep.
They close at 7, so that's just not going to work. Restaurants do seem to close earlier, and the populace seems to eat relatively early here, which is surprising.
It is for what it would seem like a later kind of city.
Yeah.
But they also seem to be very thrown by 6 people. Every time we walk in, they seem like that's a lot. And it's a little surprising to me, but it's okay.
We're a large party.
We're figuring
But
it out.
It's been accommodated every
Yeah, we're figuring it out.
Um,
This has been a lovely city. Everybody's been wonderful.
yeah, I'm kind of sad it's our last night here.
Me too.
Yeah. But
But we're excited to get on the river cruise.
we are. I'm so stupid excited about it.
Yeah.
I think you've learned that you want to come back here, right?
I think so, yeah.
All right. Until then,
Cheers.
Amsterdam.
To Amsterdam.
All right. Well, we did not end up getting Indonesian food that night. In fact, the Indonesian restaurant we wanted to go to closed very early, so we hung out here out in front of the hotel and ordered pizzas based on a recommendation from our Italian bartender, and it was fantastic, and we people watched and drank a lot of old fashions and beer and wine, and it was fantastic. Turned it into basically, I think, my favorite evening / night in the city of Amsterdam. We just had such a good time. It was great people watching out there right next to the beautiful church. Anyway, it's going to leave you some final footage from our canal tour. Guys, there's a lot of exciting content coming up. We have got the tour of the SS Elizabeth on Uniworld, and then basically a video for every single day of that cruise. You're going to be sick of our Uniworld content if you guys are regular watchers, but I think it's pretty spectacular. Really looking forward to sharing it with you. There's a lot of footage to go through. I promise more Disney content is coming, including Carousel of Progress's final days in its current form. Anyways, that's enough for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. A lot more content to come. Have fun storming the castle, and stay magical.